Shalom, shalom. All praises be to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushua, B'Shem Kakadash, the bonus of the elders and apostles of great most and well, and shalom to the elect. Yeah, I think this should be the third part or fourth part, based on the movie Leave the World Behind, and this is concerning of the last days, that there will be racism, man, racism, nationalism, yeah, division amongst the people, man. Yeah, most people are already racist, especially most people are already racist, but it's just people put on a facade, man. It's hidden by social engineering or political correctness and stuff like that. And you're gonna see people's true colors when shit hits the fan, man. When things get chaotic, and people are in a desperate situation. Yeah, and this is like a scene from the movie Leave the World Behind, where you had the neighbor. I think his name was Danny. Yeah, he was no longer a quote unquote good neighbor. Yeah, he was fending for himself and his family, and that's how it's going to be in his last days. This is Matthew 24, verse 3. And as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, Tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? Yeah. The disciples asked the Lord, Yahweh Shai, what things shall we look out for to prove that you're returning, and how the end of society is going to be? What traits are going to happen? What's the environment going to be? How are the people going to be behaving? What things are we going to see? Jump to verse 6, and it says, And ye shall hear of wars and rumours of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Yeah, so the main thing I'm going to deal with here in verse 7 is nation shall rise against nation. This is the meaning of nationalist, and it says a person who strongly identifies with their own nation and vigorously supports its interests, especially to the exclusion. Yeah, exclusion meaning like to not include others, or detriment of the interests of other nations. Yeah. Another point, this is a person who advocates or supports the political independence of a particular nation or people. Nationalists, yeah. So that's what's going to be going on the further we get to the last dark days, man. People are going to be for themselves. People are going to be for their families. People are going to be for their country. People are going to be for their race. People are going to be for their nation. So it's going to be a lot of division, man. Isaiah 13, and go straight to the point. Verse 14, and it shall be as the chase roe, and as a sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people. Yeah, people are gonna go back to being, what they call tribalistic, nationalists, racists. Yeah, people are gonna go back to their own people, and flee everyone into his own land. Yeah, self-explanatory. Everyone that is found should be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them should be fall by the sword. Yeah, you Jakes, yeah, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Hispanics, if you're joined and buddy with these heathens, especially these Edomites, you're going to be destroyed, man. The Lord is actually bringing the separation and division. Yeah. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished. That sounds like purge, man. Yeah. It sounds like purge. Total chaos. This is Luke 12. Go straight to the point, verse 51. And you can see it on the top, the subheading. It says Christ, which is Yahushai, the anointed one, divides men. So the Lord is going to bring division to mankind. Straight to the point, Luke 12 and 51. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace. This is written in red. The Lord Yahushai is talking. Suppose ye that I am come to give peace on earth. I tell you, nay, but rather division. Yeah? From for from henceforth there shall be 5 in one house, divided 3 against 2, and 2 against 3. The father should be divided against the son, and the son against the father, the mother against the daughter, and the daughter against the mother-in-law against her daughter-in-law, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. Now, obviously, this is mainly talking about like brothers, families in general. Jake families are going to be divided into different religions, different false gods, right? And that's how it is right now. Your mother goes to that church. Your father's a Nation of Islam. Your sister is a Pan-African. Yeah, your brother just a regular nigga in the block into crime or criminal activity or whatever madness. Just complete division, man. Yeah. Matthew 25, verse 31. The judgment. Talking about division again. This is when the Lord returns. Verse 31. Matthew 25, verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, all people, and he shall separate them one from another, divide, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats, and he shall set the sheep on his right hand. And the sheep represent who? The Israelites, man. The lost sheep of the house of Israel. The sheep represents Israel. Yeah, Yahushua is the good shepherd, and we're his sheep, man. But the sheep that's gonna follow is the elect of Israel, the Israel of the Most High. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left. The goats represent who? The heathen, and also the wicked of our own people that follow the ways of the heathen and these false gods and ideologies, and don't want to repent or seek the Lord. Those are the goats. So division, sheep and goats. Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Yeah, so this is the last days. It's going to be division. 2nd Ezra 15. We'll start from verse 14. And it says, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, destruction. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another. Yeah, and swords in their hands. So there's going to be great division, man. Chaos and fights among people. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. Yeah, people are no longer going to respect the laws of the land. Yeah, society is going to be in a complete collapse. Yeah. Emergency services like ambulance, fire brigade, and the police are no longer going to be helpful. Yeah, they're not going to respect their presidents, government officials. Yeah, people are going to be selfish and start to do things their own way and engage in criminal activity, robbery, killings, all sorts. It's going to be like purge. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their action shall stand in their power. They're going to want to do what they want. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Lockdowns, roadblocks, cancelled flights. Yeah, cancelled trains, cancelled any form of transports, shut down in power, shut down in electricity, like in the movie, completely destabilized. Nowhere to go. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. And man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. This is the point I was trying to get to. Danny, that American nationalist neighbor, yeah, he was no longer a good, loving, caring neighbor at a certain point, until they had to smooth him up with some money and speak, empathetic words to him. But at first he was like, get out of my porch. He had the shotgun ready. I believe he clocked it. Yeah, the Jake and him were both sticking guns at each other on gunpoint. What happened to the friendly neighbor? Because they ain't gonna be friendly neighbor in these last days. But shall destroy their houses with the sword. People are gonna be raiding each other, breaking into homes, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread. Because of what? Famine. Yeah. No more food, no more water, no more supplies. Yeah. So they're going to be going after houses that may have stored things up. And that's the spirit. Because Danny was storing things up. He was preparing himself. Multiple bottles of water. Tin food. Dry food that lasts long. Because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So that's the point right there, man. Yeah. And anyways, with that, all praise be to Yahweh Shim Shah B'Shim Kakadash. Shalom.